Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final week of class. I hope you all enjoyed your week off, and if you celebrate Passover or Easter, I hope that you had a blessed weekend with your friends and family. So here we are, just one more week to go, and this week it's a little bit challenging with the final exam, but the discussion I think is going to be enjoyable. And before I get into that, I just want to say thank you to those of you who participated in the extra credit opportunity last week. Several of you did take a look at the I Am Not Asian Stereotype TED Talk and initiated a follow-up conversation with your classmates regarding, and as promised, I will be adding that extra credit to your grade at the end of this week. I'll probably do that on Saturday. So I think this is a really good TED Talk, and it talked a little bit about, or I should say, it spoke to us in a way that caused us to reflect and ask, have we ever either been the victim of a cultural stereotyping, or have we, in fact, done that to others? And she gave some really great examples. In the very, very beginning, I honestly didn't know that she was just being sarcastic in a sense. She was just listing out all these things, but eventually I caught on. But it's so true. A lot of times, you may have a friend who is, I don't know, Polish, let's say, and geez, I want to make pierogies, so I'm going to ask my Polish friend how to make pierogies, when in fact your Polish friend may not even have ever had a pierogi in their life, right? So it's us breaking that cycle of cultural expectations, if you will, like looking at a person and only seeing what's on the outside and assuming that we know who that person is and where they came from and what's inside of their hearts and inside of their minds, just based on what we're seeing, right? Judging a book by its cover, so to speak. So this assignment centered on asking, have you ever done that? Have you ever been that person who, assumes that a person may or may not have a certain background based on their culture? Or have you ever been a victim of that? So it was a really good conversation. So thank you guys for really diving into that and taking advantage of that opportunity to have a conversation with each other last week. That really means a lot. Going into the week 6 module, this week we are discussing culture, self, and identity, culture and social behavior, and culture and organizations. We are going to be reading chapters 13, 14, and 15. Very important, and especially when the final exam comes up, you're going to understand just how important it was to be doing the reading, because it's all based on the textbook. So the learning outcomes and competencies, as always, I ask you to review those readings, as we said, 13, 14, and 15, and then reviewing the PowerPoint presentations. This is important too, guys. I say it every week, but it's important because when you are reviewing these chapters via PowerPoint, you're solidifying what you've read. And when it comes time to do the final exam, you're going to remember those answers, or at the very least, you're going to remember what section of the book did you read that, and you'll be able to reflect back and reference that, and hopefully get the right answer. So the discussion. So, this week we're reading chapters on culture, self and identity, culture and social behavior, and culture and organizations. We have covered a lot of topics in the last 6 weeks, and this week is only adding to it, right? But I want you guys to take some time and just reflect. Reflect back on everything that we've learned thus far, through the discussions, through the assignments, through the conversations between classmates. What have you seen? What have you learned? What were you surprised about? What were you not surprised about? What's going to apply for you in the future? What are you taking forward from this class? So this discussion is just a reflection, okay? And as always, I do want you have to cite the text, because by doing that, you are supporting what you're writing. Okay, you're supporting what you're thinking about and what you're writing about. So you always have to cite the text. So please do that. If you already have posted and you want to go back and edit it, that's fine. Or you can always cite the text when you're responding to classmates as well. Okay, so take your time on this one. Very important. Cite the text. Be thorough and thoughtful. This is it. So pull the stops out on this discussion. Okay, the final exam. This is not an easy exam by any means, and it's not something that you can sit down and finish in an hour. Okay, so I don't want you guys to wait till the very last minute. Please use your time management skills this week, and make sure that you are attempting to take this final exam hopefully before Saturday, and you have 3 attempts. So you have 3 attempts to get your best grade. The attempts are not timed either, so you can spend 2 or 3 hours on it if you really wanted to. But as you're taking the exam and you're getting questions correct or incorrect, take note when the questions are incorrect, okay? And really focus in on that and write it down, take notes, because then when you go in the second time or the third time, you'll be able to utilize those notes, get those questions correct, and your grade's going to be phenomenal. And honestly, I've taught this class numerous times, and I have seen students ace this. So there's no reason you guys can't get 145, 150 points, especially because you've got 3 attempts to get your very best grade. Okay, so if you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to me. I did have one student ask if they could do the final exam earlier than this weekend. Absolutely, you absolutely can. If you have plans this weekend, because the week off might have thrown your calendar off a bit, go ahead and get everything done. You can put your discussion in early, and the only tricky part is you still have to communicate with at least 2 classmates in that discussion for your best grade. But you can get it in as soon as you guys want to, and then maybe just enjoy the weekend, right? So I think that's all I wanted to review for the moment. But again, if you have any questions, just reach out to me and let me know. And if not, good luck on the final exams. I know you guys are going to do great. This class has been phenomenal. You guys have all really worked well together. I'm so proud of you. You should be proud of yourselves. And if you need me for anything, just reach out, okay? Thanks, guys, and have a great week.